Alright, well, we'll get going, guys. So, as I said, tonight I'm talking about our upcoming full moon. This is a Leo full moon, so I'm aiming tonight to share with you when that is, give you an idea of some of the key energies for a Leo full moon, and also give you some inspiration for things on a magical level and spiritual level that you might think about doing that really works with this Leo full moon energy. So our Leo full moon here in Australia, this is going to be on Monday, February the 6th, and it's at 5:30 a.m. So for those of us here in Australia especially, you might want to, if you especially like to do your magical workings in the evening, then consider perhaps doing your magical workings on the Sunday night rather than waiting till the Monday, because the energy will be stronger on the Sunday night versus the Monday night. But of course we will still have that full moon energy strong on Monday, so we've got those key days. Our 3 days where the energy will be strongest will be the Sunday, the Monday and the Tuesday for us here in Australia. For those of you that may be somewhere else in the world, I know I do get a few from the UK and a few other places that pop in and watch these. The UTC is February the 5th at 6:30 p.m. So if that doesn't translate for you, I highly encourage popping over to a website called timeanddate.com. There you can put in whereabouts you are in the world, and it will tell you what day and what time that the full moon will be for you. And you can look up new moons, full moons, all of your moon phases there at any time if you want to see what's coming up. So it is a Leo full moon, which means that at the time that we have the full moon, it is in the astrology sign of Leo. So for all those Leos out there, you may feel that this is a really positive time for you, especially with that full moon falling on the Leo energy, or in the Leo energy. Some of our key words is courage and strength, generosity and kindness, positivity and leadership, success and loyalty, lots of warmth as well. This can be a good time to bring wealth into the home, for fertility, for helping your talents to shine, and also for helping to work with egos, so maybe helping to heal egos or bring egos down from being too overinflated. So that's the focus, or at least keyword focuses for our Leo energy with this full moon. Hi Francis, welcome honey. Also with that Leo energy, on a healing level, the upper back, the heart, and also the spine are really focused on. So of course with full moon energy amplifies all of our healing. It amplifies all of our magic and manifesting work. It also amplifies any clearing away, releasing work that we may want to do and focus on as well. But it's the Leo energy that's really going to hone in on those 3 specific areas. So if you have any worries in any of those 3 particular areas, this is a really ideal time to do healing on the upper back, the spine and the heart most especially. Okay, so bear that in mind. So full moon's good for amplifying everything. So this is also a good time to charge up your moon water, charge up your crystals, charge up your sacred tools as well. Maybe do some moon gazing, get out and do some divination, do some meditation. You know, really make sure that you're connecting with all of your spiritual practices, because there's lots of energy at this time. So it's a really great time to connect with those. And you'll find your intuition tends to be a lot more in flow around a full moon. And you may also find you don't sleep as well around a full moon because of such a lot of energy as well. So we tend to build up to that. So you may feel that over the days leading up to it. I know for me, I've already been finding I've got a lot of dreams that are underway at the moment, even though we're still about a week away from the full moon. It's like that energy's already built up to a strong enough that I'm remembering my dreams nearly every night at the moment, which tends to happen when there's lots of energy for me specifically. You have to obviously, know what happens for you, but you may have noticed that too. Do let me know if that's something you've been noticing as well. So a couple of key areas that I'd kind of recommend particularly focusing on, and some ways that we can go about working with those energies as well. So clearing energy ties is one that I've focused on, particularly for Mystical Dragons February box, where we work with the full moon energy. So we are doing a clearing energy ties spell in our full moon box for this month, and that's still available if anyone wants one of those. And in those full moon boxes you have everything you need to do the spell. I have all the instructions, and I will have a specific spell video coming out on Mystical Dragons YouTube channel in the next few days as well, so keep an eye out for that, because there I'll guide you through the spell as well. So obviously clearing energy ties, because it's a Leo energy, which is a fiery energy, I particularly like to work with fire to be able to do that clearing work, because I feel like that really brings in some of that Leo energy as well. So for me, that's where my focus is with clearing energy ties, and it feels really relevant at the moment, especially being so close to the start of the year. It's good to clear away anything that's not serving us, any negative energy, any restrictive energy that might be holding us back, so that we might be able to really start making positive shifts forward to have a really positive year, positive weeks ahead, months ahead, year ahead as well. You're having lots of dreams as well, Fran. Thanks for letting me know, honey. Hey Tina, hey Bron, welcome girls. Yeah, I've noticed lots of dreams at the moment with this full moon energy that we've got underway, and we have had a lot of solar activity going on for about a week, maybe a little bit longer than a week now, which is probably also helping to add to the current energy too, with solar flares and solar winds and some Schumann resonance going on also. So be aware of that too, gang, and take care of yourself with that as well. In Mystical Dragons crystal box for February as well, we focused on Snowflake Epidote, which is one of those crystals that can be really good also at helping to clear away what doesn't serve us too. So that's one of our crystals we have in there. You can also get it in tumbled crystal as well. I've found it a really beautiful crystal I've been working with myself for the last couple of months, and it really helps to clear away what doesn't serve us, which works with our clearing energy ties. And it also helps to support us in being able to strive for our goals and our dreams as well. So a really lovely crystal to work with at this time, perhaps something for you to consider also working with around this full moon, and maybe even the weeks or even months going ahead, because it supports us on so many levels at the moment, which is great. So with clearing energy ties, if you wanted to put something together for yourself, I do have 1 or 2 spells separately that's in Mystical Dragons Book of Shadows on our website at mysticaldragon.com.au. I tend to work with a black candle when doing that kind of work, and you can simply charge up a black candle, thinking about anyone that specifically maybe you feel like there's some energy ties there that's kind of, you know, restricting your relationship or holding you back, creating boundaries that aren't serving you anymore, and just kind of focusing on clearing away any of those energy ties. And then you can simply burn that candle, allow it to burn all the way out, and that's a very simple way to help clear some energy ties there. But there are some more specific spells on our website, and as I said, with our February box as well for the full moon. So another focus, and one that I find I tend to get drawn to at Leo moons as well, is also the strength and courage side of things, because I find Leo is a really good moon phase to work with, or astrology sign to work with for that strength and courage. It really helps to give us more self-confidence, more of that inward courage to be able to take steps. It really helps to motivate us and help to push us forward with that Leo, that fiery energy as well. So one of my favorite crystals to work with if you're struggling with self-confidence as well, need a bit extra courage, is actually citrine. And citrine is a beautiful crystal that gets talked about all the time for how it helps us with drawing abundance and drawing money to us, and I don't think it gets talked about enough for the other things that citrine can do for us as well. So citrine is fantastic if you're having self-confidence issues. You need that boost and that support on those levels. Highly recommend that one there. I would also recommend like red garnet's really good. Red jasper is really good with our strength and confidence as well. You might consider maybe some rhodonite, especially if there's some maybe self-worth and self-love stuff that also needs bolstering and nurturing there as well. So these are all great crystals that would really support you if you're thinking perhaps the strength and courage side of things needs a bit of a boost. Now I do also have a strength and motivation charm bag on Mystical Dragon's Book of Shadows on our website. And I think there's also a strength and courage spell as well, which you can work with a candle to be able to do that one as well. But if you're thinking about putting a spell together perhaps around strength and courage, I would suggest working with a red or an orange candle specifically, maybe one of those crystals that I mentioned earlier. Perhaps call on a divinity like Goddess Bridget is a beautiful fiery goddess that I love to work with when I need that real shift, that push, that like, you know, help give me that bit more confidence or that bit more motivation to be able to do whatever it is that I'm needing to do. Archangel Michael is another really good one to call on when we need, you know, that strength and courage. Archangel Sandalphon is actually another good one for this sort of work as well. He really helps us to have confidence, especially around our hopes and our dreams and our goals, having confidence in, you know, what we'd like to achieve, the steps we'd like to take, the things we'd like to manifest and create. So he can be a good one to work with as well that I wanted to throw out there. And then of course we've got energies like Athena and the goddess Bast, Goddess Kuan Yin, the Norse god Tyr, I think it's pronounced Tyr. He's connected to the runes. The god Ares and also the god Hanuman are all really good at working with strength and courage. So if you feel a connection to any of those, they might be a good divinity to call on to assist you with maybe helping to boost your strength and courage as well. And then we also have the herb thyme, which you could either use in a herb form, perhaps burn on a charcoal disc while you're doing your spell, or you could use it in an essential oil form where you perhaps anoint your candle with the thyme before you charge it and burn your candle, or you could diffuse thyme oil, or you could anoint yourself with thyme oil to help give you some of that strength and courage. And you might specifically want to work with it around, you know, I feel like I'm lacking confidence and courage in certain areas, perhaps, you know, when you're at school or there's a certain work situation or whatever it happens to be where you feel like you need that added extra boost. And that could be the time perhaps before I'm going to work today and I feel like I need that extra boosted courage. You could certainly anoint yourself with a little bit of the thyme oil, for instance, or make sure that you're carrying that crystal that you've charged up. So if there is perhaps a crystal you want to work with, don't forget to program it. So that's just holding it between two hands and thinking about the strength and confidence and seeing yourself, you know, strong and confident in whatever it is that you're trying to do and achieve. And maybe even charge it up on your altar overnight on the full moon so it really gets that boost in energy before you start carrying it or having it wherever it is that you feel is going to work for you the best. So for something like strength and courage, it might be more ideal to carry it on you, maybe pop it in your bra, pop it in your pocket, have it in your shoulder bag, for instance. Or if there's another situation perhaps at work, there might be somewhere you could kind of tuck it, perhaps on your work desk, or, you know, somewhere where you could have it with you at that meeting that you really feel you need the extra boost in confidence, etc. So ways that you could certainly go about using these particular tools and working with that energy in a positive way. And then the last area that I wanted to focus on is I feel really called to talk a little about the help shine your light. So we can shine a light on our talents and help to shine our light, you know, be more confident perhaps to be able to just be yourself and shine your own individual, beautiful, unique energy out into the world. at work, at home, in your everyday life, perhaps every day. It doesn't have to be in a specific area or even in a specific way. So some crystals that I feel called that would really help with being able to assist you in shining your light is peridot, watermelon tourmaline, amethyst and moonstone. And then there's also another beautiful one I've been working with as well for a few months myself, which is called trolleite. And that's a beautiful blue crystal which you can get in tumbleds as well. I think we've got them in raws at the moment too. And there's also shapes and pendants and things as well. So those are some of the beautiful crystals. You only need to pick one, you don't have to use all of them. That would really help you with, it's like being connected to spirit, to universe, being connected with that soul self, and being able to I guess have that bit more confidence, but being connected to your gifts, being connected to who you are, so that you do feel more comfortable and confident to just be you and to shine that light. If you wanted to do a spell in relation to that, I would suggest white, silver or gold would be your candles that you would want to focus on, or the colors you'd want to focus on with those candles. And I would work with someone like Goddess Isis. For those of you that know me, I love working with Isis, and I find she's so helpful, so nurturing, especially for focuses like this. And also Archangel Zadkiel really came to mind in relation to this particular focus. And he's an angel that can really help us to remember who we are and kind of reconnect to who we are. And so if we're trying to reconnect to our talents and really feel more comfortable in ourselves and being able to be ourselves, well, then I feel like that would be an important thing to get assistance with. So Archangel Zadkiel might be someone you want to call on, perhaps do a little bit of work with at the full moon, or even just start bringing, asking him to come in your daily meditations, to go with you throughout your day, and start being there to assist you and help you in these areas especially. If you were going to work with a particular resin or a particular oil, I would suggest frankincense really called to me, and also dragon's blood resin really called to me for this particular focus. And the dragon's blood, of course, also has that real fiery connection with it. And I feel like you could call on and work with the dragons very much for this focus as well. So the dragons would certainly help you in feeling more confident to be able to be yourself and shine your light, and to connect to your own talents, your own, those areas that you're really good at that you could certainly share with others. So if you're feeling a bit lost as to what they might be, then perhaps, a spell or even a meditation around that could be really helpful. I also had a few words that came through that I wanted to share, which you could incorporate into a spell in relation to helping to shine your light, or shining your light on your talents. And the words are: may I shine with the radiance of 1,000,000 stars. May my truest, most divine self be known. May I see my talents and the beauty within. Blessed be. So if those words are helpful to you, once I've finished this video, this live, you'll be able to wind the video back if you want to be able to jot the words down to use in a spell, or perhaps adapt or incorporate to work into a spell to work with shining your light. So hopefully they might help to inspire you a little bit on that particular level. So they're really the three areas that I feel really called with this Leo full moon that we have coming up. As I said, it's a real fiery energy, so you can certainly, if you're feeling the need to add some extra energy and motivation into your day, certainly that would be a really great focus to work with as well, or that you could add in. I actually feel like all three of those focuses I've mentioned work beautifully together and would flow really nicely together. As in, you could do some clearing of the ties, even maybe in the waning moon just before, the waxing moon just before the full moon. Maybe work on some strength and courage, charge things up in the full moon, some tools you can carry with you to help you with that, and maybe even do a spell specifically around shining your light on the full moon itself. that just came to me when I was doing my jotting down. I always sit and tune in and try and jot down a few notes that I can kind of keep me on track to share with you all tonight. And that came to me that all three of those focuses, if they all resonate with you, would actually work really nicely together. So you could certainly work with all three, perhaps, you know, in that way that I've mentioned, one a day or two early, perhaps charge up some tools that you can carry with you like the crystals, and do a spell on the full moon for the last focus of shining your light. But certainly work with however intuition is guiding you as to what's the most appropriate focus, and don't overdo it. You know, we don't have to do heaps at the full moon. We can keep it really simple and choose one way of working with things, and even just doing a meditation and connecting maybe with one of the energies that I've mentioned. You could certainly do that and call on them. Sarah's just asked, how do you work with goddesses? Well, I tend to simply invite them in. It doesn't have to be anything formal. When I'm working with them, I often try and have an image of them. If it's something I feel like, you know, I want to sit down and do a meditation, or I'm wanting to do a spell with them, I try and maybe have an image of them that's also on my altar. But you can simply just speak from the heart and invite them to come in and to bless the work that you're doing. Perhaps bless the spell, bring their energy, bless the spell, help to bring their energy to it. So let's say if you're working with strength and courage, please come and bless my strength and courage spell, help to boost my strength, boost my confidence and courage, help to guide me so that I am finding the right ways to go about feeling strong and confident in my everyday or whatever situation it is. So I tend to talk from the heart and just simply invite them in and speak to them more like a friend. Speak always respectfully, and then I'll often use maybe a candle that I've lit in their honor. Or if I'm doing a candle spell, then I'll often use the candle that I light in the candle spell. It's like working with them as well. And you can call on them, just, you know, do your mini meditation in the morning and speak with them, because the more we can develop a connection with certain goddesses and divinities and even angels, the stronger the connection will be, and the stronger I find that they tend to step in, and you'll see their energy working with you in your everyday life. So I hope that helps to answer your question there, Sarah. Oh, you're welcome, Fran. No worries, lovelies. Jamie, do we have any dragon's blood oil? No, we do have dragon's blood resin that we sell in the shop. And I tend to make my own dragon's blood oil just by adding dragon's blood resin into, you could just add it into an essential oil and make your own blend. You could even add it into something like a sunflower oil, which has also got a fiery energy with the sunflower. It's connected to the sun. So you could just have a little bit of sunflower oil and drop a whole bunch of the dragon's blood resin into that and just let it sit, maybe charge it up over the full moon. And then you could happily use that. It would definitely have soaked up that dragon's blood energy and certainly be able to be used just in the same way as dragon's blood oil. So yes, that works well as well. Beautiful, no worries, guys. Well, I hope this has helped to inspire you, give you some inspiration of things you would like to do at this full moon. You've got a little bit of time to get organized for whatever you're feeling called to do. Don't forget to keep an eye out on a Wednesday. I put up my energy post every week as well, just reminding you of what's coming up, not just with full moons, but when we've got the solar energies influencing us, when we've got retrogrades, all that kind of stuff. I pop that in my Wednesday posts as well. So sending out lots of love, lots of beautiful energy to you all. I hope you have a fantastic rest of the evening and a really beautiful full moon next weekend. Take care, guys. Blessed be.